So hi, good afternoon. So I'm in charge of Alexa skills and voice service in Europe. I will tell you a bit more about that. But first, I'd like to know a little bit more about you. Can you raise your hand if you know about Alexa? OK. So it works. So as you see, with voice, I can control my environment. And I can actually get feedback. A fair share of you actually know about Alexa. And so Alexa is Amazon voice technology that allows you to control your environment and get feedback. And my role, the role of my team in Europe, is actually helping third parties, so any company, any developer, take advantage of this revolution and develop its own business. So at Amazon, we love to start from the customer first. And what I propose you is to start with a video that shows you our vision of the customer experience when you use your voice to control your environment.
Alexa, alarm off. Alexa, what's on the calendar today?
You have 12 events scheduled.
Alexa, call me Uber.
Your Uber will arrive in 2 minutes.
Alexa, what's the weather like today?
There's a 100% chance of showers.
Alexa, pair my Bluetooth speaker.
Okay, paired.
Alexa, it's time to reorder some paper towels.
Okay, order placed.
Alexa, play my garage music.
Playing your garage playlist from Prime Music.
Alexa, play some jazz.
Playing some jazz from Prime Music.
Alexa, who's this?
This is Picnic Basket by Lolatone.
Alexa, hurry up.
Alexa, ask Domino's to send me my last order.
Okay, order placed.
Hey, isn't that Jason Schwartzman?
No, that's not him. I would know if that was him.
I'm pretty sure it's him.
Okay. Alexa, who stars in Mozart in the Jungle?
Stars include Malcolm McDowell, Jason Schwartzman.
See? That was great.
Alexa, change the bedroom temperature to 65 degrees.
Okay,
Alexa, lights off.
okay.
Alexa, good night.
Good night. Sleep tight.
So, isn't it great? I think it's great because it feels natural. And you bet it feels natural, because voice has been invented by humans, so language, I should say. Scientists debate, so it could be 100,000 years ago, or even 1,000,000 years ago. So it's been part of our daily life for ages. Actually, even when you're a kid, when you're a baby, it's one of the first things that you learn. I have a 2.5-year-old baby who's about to turn 3. By the age of 3, he should be able to communicate with language, and so communicate with Alexa fairly easily. You should compare this to how we interact with technology today. It feels like we're asking humans to adapt to technology instead of asking technology to adapt to humans. You have to learn how to type on a keyboard. You have to use a mouse. You have to control your TV with the remote. You have actually to find the remote first. You have to learn which button to press, how to swipe, or how to pinch with how many fingers on your touch screen. So voice is really improving that. But to be honest, to be fair, actually computing interfaces have been improving every decade, basically. What we realize is they change, computer interfaces change every decade, changing the rules of the game. And every time, this change gives rise to new players who take advantage of this new ecosystem. So 40 years ago, it started with machine language. You had to be an expert developer. You had those big mainframe computers, and IBM thrived out of this ecosystem. And then a decade later, GUI, so graphical user interface, were invented. And so anyone could use a computer. That was the rise of the personal computer. And companies like Dell for physical computer or Adobe for more for PDF products thrive from this new ecosystem. A decade later, well, the World Wide Web was invented. And suddenly, with your computer in your home, you could access services anywhere in the world. And so Amazon, of course, thrived from that because you could order books very far away in Seattle, even though you were sitting in Berlin. And Amazon services also thrive from this, creating this whole cloud ecosystem. A decade later, the mobile, the smartphone was invented. You could have your computer everywhere. And so new services, new companies developed, like Uber or Facebook. And now with voice, we have the best of all these inventions. It's personal. You can control, access everything, everywhere. And on top of that, it feels natural. So who will take advantage of it? Why voice now? I think it's now because of 3 reasons. Because technology is ready, because it's an open ecosystem, and because customers are loving it and are adopting it very rapidly. The first reason, technology. It's ready because 3 things are supporting it. First, so ASR is one of the main metric of voice performance. So it's automated speech recognition. So when I speak, when I ask you, for example, what's the weather, you need to understand what I've been saying. It's not only noise. It's actually a series of words with a language meaning. So to do that, you need big data. You need deep learning, so deep neural networks, able to process this data at scale. You need graphical processing units, so those microprocessors that were developed to process video games have been reused to process very rapidly this huge amount of data that is voice processing. And you need also cloud technology, because if you didn't have cloud technology, you would need a big mainframe computer to process all your language in your home, which doesn't work. So with all 4, that made a big change to ASR accuracy, so the ability to understand what you say. Previously, for decades, it improved, very slowly from 50% to 70%. 70% means every time, 1 time out of 3, I still don't understand what you say. And suddenly, it jumped in the past years to 95%, which is a level where it's actually completely in line with human interactions. Sometimes I don't understand what you say, but it happens rarely enough so that we feel we can really connect. So the second thing is the open ecosystem. So to help you understand why it's an open ecosystem, I need to go a little bit into the under the hood of Alexa and tell you more about how voice technology works. We start with any user speaking to Alexa. It's an audio stream. So any Alexa device has mics to get this audio stream. And then in the cloud, so it's already in the cloud, you have Alexa voice services that converts this audio stream into a computing command. So it's using ASR, NLU, to convert that into a computing command. And sending that to a third-party service. So it could be an Amazon service. It could be any service. Anyone can build what we call a skill in the cloud that is pinged by Amazon. So let's pick an example. If I say, Alexa, give me a good recipe for a cheesecake, the first big cloud will understand what I mean by, hey, this guy wants a recipe, a cheesecake recipe. And Alexa will send that to another service, maybe a recipe service, that will reply with text and an image. Maybe the text will be the recipe, and the image will be the image of a beautiful cheesecake. And Alexa Voice Service will convert that into two things: an audio stream, so Alexa will speak, convert this text into speak, and depending on the device, we'll also provide a graphical image. The good thing about all that is Alexa Voice Service, the big cloud, it's an open ecosystem. Anyone can put it, any manufacturer can have it on its device. It's not owned by, I mean, it's owned by Amazon, but we have SDKs so that you can really integrate easily into your device. And the small cloud, anyone can develop a skill. That's called a skill. Anyone can develop a skill for Alexa. That means you could have a recipe skill. You could have a Uber skill, where actually the skill is not only replying, hey, Uber, I've ordered you a Uber, but you have an actual Uber car that is coming to your home. Or you could have a smart home skill, where you would say, Alexa, opens the garage door, and the garage would actually open. So when you think of it, it's really open. It just explains to you why it can be very big. But technology and this magnitude of possibility is great. But it's, the real reason why we think voice is about to be the next major disruption in technology is because customers love it. When we launched the first Alexa device, the Echo device, in 2014 in the US, it rapidly got 4.4 stars out of 5. So that means really customers love it. We have now 70,000 customer reviews on this unique device. And we launched in UK recently. We reached also 4.3 stars. We launched in Germany early this year. We also have 4.3 stars. So every time we see huge customer adoption. So what's the vision for the future? I think the vision is we're not only talking about Home Assistant. Actually, when we talk about Home Assistant, it's not only one device. It's in every room. That's what we learned from our customers. They were really looking to have Alexa in any room, in the living room, in the kitchen, in where they sleep, wherever they go. And they also asked us, and developers asked us, also to have Alexa on the go. So we are working with car manufacturers to embed Alexa into their products. Or Bragi, for example, recently introduced earphones that allow you to have Alexa on the go. And it's great, but it's still all your private spaces. Actually, we're also working with public spaces, starting with hotels, to integrate Alexa into any room. So when you enter the hotel room, you can feel at home, away from home. So when you think of voice, you should think of voice anywhere. How are we fueling this? Well, we've developed over time a broad range of products. So we started with the Tower product, which has the far-field voice recognition, the room-filling sound. Rapidly introduced the small hockey pucks so that customers can have it in any room. Introduced a variety of devices. Added Alexa to existing Amazon devices, like Fire TV. Now you can control your TV using your voice. Alexa, switch the channel. And we also introduced recently in the US a new product where we thought, well, I mean, voice first is great, but sometimes wouldn't it be great to have also an image? So let me give you an example. I'm in my kitchen cooking a cheesecake. Actually, the kitchen is a fantastic example for voice. I have my hands filled. I can't wash my hands anytime to check the recipe. So voice is a great use case. But maybe I don't know exactly how to prepare the cookie layer for the cheesecake. So I'd like to see a video tutorial. Well, Alexa, show me a video tutorial for a cheesecake. This is the use case. So again, strong interest. This is good. And at Amazon, we believe that choice is good, but we also believe that more choice is better. So this is why we have opened Alexa voice service, so that any manufacturer can take advantage of it. And so I'll give you 3 examples that are showcased in this trade show. HTC, for example, introduced a mobile phone where you can speak to Alexa. Polk Audio, so DTS Play-Fi, introduced speakers that are Alexa-enabled. And Bragi introduced headphones, which are Alexa-enabled. So this is really fueling the vision of Alexa anywhere on any device. And we see, indeed, Alexa as the fabric that is connecting all those devices, meaning you can control your smart home from your car. Maybe open the garage door before you arrive, or start recording the game because you're still away from home. You can enter a hotel room and feel at home. And it's constantly improving because it's in the cloud. So what can you do with Alexa everywhere? You can do a lot of things. That's the tiny cloud. That's the skills. We already have a rich catalog of skills. We have 20,000 skills in the US, 7,000 in UK, 2,000 in Germany. Basically, with skills, you can do 5 things. You can get information, like weather, news. You can access computing resources, like timers, alarms. You can have fun. That's one of the main use cases. You can play music, you can play games. But you can also control the Internet of Things. Someone talked earlier today about the kind of billions of products which are the Internet of Things. Now you can control them as long as they have a skill that connects them to Alexa. And of course, you can order goods or services, like a pizza, a taxi, or grocery. So that's basically the life of a German customer today. So what we learned from our customers is they interact daily with Alexa. They interact constantly. They may want to hear the news in the morning. They may want to order a taxi, play a quiz, control their smart lights, or play some music. Think of where you could fit, or where any of the company you know could fit in this customer interaction. And I would encourage you actually to think in terms of how can you be part of customers' daily habits. Like a lot of our customers are actually customizing Alexa so that, for example, these customers would say, "Good morning," and it draws the curtain and starts the coffee. Are you the curtain manufacturer or the coffee maker? You could be part of this daily routine. So I started with the customer, and I'd like to end with the customer, because the first video was our vision as Amazon. The video you're about to see is a series of footage from our customers that they sent us because they loved Alexa so much. And you will see they've created some very personal experiences.
Alexa, kitchen TV on.
Okay.
Alexa, open Sylvia's garage door. Yes, I named my car Sylvia.
Turn off the living room windows.
Alexa, I'm cold.
Your nest is now set to 84.
Alexa, turn on the holiday spirit.
Okay.
Turn on pool deck lights.
Turn on garden lights.
Turn on office fan.
Alexa, turn on coffee maker.
Alexa, ask my house to turn on the vacuum cleaner.
Alexa, pitch ball.
Mix me a Negroni.
Alexa, satellite off. Bam.
So very nice. So I hope I've convinced you that voice is the next major disruption in technology. and that you can be a part of this revolution and take advantage of it. Thank you for your time.